by way of applause, who here is a fan of karaoke? All right, well, I'm going to slip down and have a little bit of a chat with you about your karaoke singing. I've stopped here on you, sir. Were you applauding?
No, sir. No.
No, sir. Were you applauding? Not a karaoke fan. Anybody cheering over here? Have you done karaoke?
No.
I feel that people aren't being honest. Have you done karaoke?
Yes.
Finally, someone being truthful. Right, when was that?
Earlier this year.
Earlier this year?
Yes.
Did you do that on your own?
No, I may well have done it with my lovely lady.
Your lovely lady. What's her name?
Alison.
Hi, Alison. And your name is?
Carl.
Carl. So where did you do this?
In Newcastle.
Do you remember whereabouts?
Yes, but I can't remember the name.
Well, let me refresh your memory. Was it Cozy Joe's?
Yes.
Right. Now, you might be wondering why I know that you were performing karaoke there. I think you should both stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Alison and Carl. Now, Carl.
Yes. Yes.
What were you singing on the night in question?
Kylie and Jason's Especially For You.
Oh, the pair of you were singing especially for you. That's amazing. Now, we know that you were singing that because we were recording it. So, we're going to have a listen, and we'd like to see how well you've performed, and the best way to find out how well you've performed is to compare it against the person I strongly believe is the very best at singing Kylie karaoke. Please welcome Kylie. You're a legend, Kylie. What a wonderful reception. You're absolutely stunning.
I feel like you may be talking to two legends in the making.
Well, we're about to find out. Because what we're going to do, Carl and Alison, is we're going to duet your performance with the actual Kylie. So, singing especially for you, an absolute all-time classic, it's Kylie Minogue featuring Alison and Kyle.
You guys ready?
Especially for you, I wanna let you know what I was going through. All the time we were apart, I thought of you. No matter where you are, no matter how far, no matter how next to you, or dreaming about tomorrow, get the loneliness and sorrow. I'm gonna say it's all because of you.
Very good. It's Carl and Alison, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. OK. Now, what's just happened in this audience is that there are certain people who may recognise Cozy Joe's, and they're really, really starting to panic. So let's slowly make our way down this audience. And somebody's just thought, well, thank God they've walked past. Looks like I'm oh, goodness, if looks could kill. Please, can we just zoom in on this gentleman? Is it Darian?
Darian.
Do you mind standing up for me, Darian? Because what we're coming to now is, quite frankly, one of my favourites. Now, you're a big Kylie fan.
Yeah.
Say hi to Kylie. It's Darian.
Hi, Darren.
Now, something I need to tell you, Kylie, about Darian.
Okay.
One of your very, very, very big monster hits can't get you out of my head.
Okay.
I'm a dancer, not a singer.
Well,
We'll be the judge
I'm
of that,
sorry
thank
to
you.
say, not sure you're either. I'm joking. What's happened here is, I think in your mind, you very much thought you were Kylie in that video with the right dress, really going for it. Let's see the reality. Singing Can't Get You Out of My Head, it's Kylie and Darian.
Just to be there in your arms. Won't you stay? Everybody! Won't you stay?
You're joking! Oh,
You gotta
Kylie.
give me a cuddle for that, come on.
not only that, Kylie, he's got a Kylie tattoo on his hand.
Oh, my
I had no
goodness.
idea. Oh.
Right, well, carry on.
Go on, Darren.
5, 6, 7, 8. La 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 la. La, 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 That's about what I remember as well.
Yay! Brilliant. Oh my God, we're here to embarrass you, not give you the best night of your life. One more time for Darren. What about that? Brilliant. La 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 la. Right, surely that's it. You can all relax because there's no. I'm sorry. Have you ever done karaoke?
I have, yeah.
Have you ever done karaoke?
I might have done, yeah.
Was that in Newcastle at the Cosy Joe's?
No.
No, it wasn't. Well, then you're in the clear. Unless it was Quebec, London.
Oh, my God.
OK, it's Mark and David, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely to meet you. Very, very sweet. Nice to see you. Now, are you good friends, you two?
Yeah.
Very good friends. But when it comes to performing karaoke, there are some artistic differences. Ladies and gentlemen, singing, spinning around, it's Kylie with Mark and David.
I don't even know if I'm ready. Is everyone else ready?
Treated in my sorrow for some joy that I borrowed from back in the day. Threw away my old clothes, got myself a better wardrobe. I got something to say. I'm through with the past, ain't no point in looking back.
The future will be. I forget to mention that I found a new dimension. It's up to me. I'm spinning around, move out of my way.
Brilliant. Mark and David, ladies and Kylie, what did you think of David?
What were you thinking? Was it not your song of choice?
It was my song of choice, but I had to go up there to get him to do it, as he wouldn't have done it.
Oh, it was a ploy. OK, well,
Yes.
well done.
So
then.
you dropped him off?
Yes.
OK. Well, you've certainly dropped him in it tonight. It's on national television. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark and David, fantastic. All right. OK. How sensational was that? Just by way of applause, anybody else sung Kylie at karaoke? No one else has sung Kylie karaoke? Not a single person in here. How amazing. Not even Tracy. Hiya, Trace. Tracy, can I ask you to stand up because I know you're a very energetic person. Tracy, I'm so sorry to do that to you. How are you, darling?
I'm all right, thank
You
you.
all right?
Yeah. Really nervous.
You don't have to be nervous, it's fine. Say hi to Kylie.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
This is
I'm all
Tracy.
right.
You're all right.
Cosy Joe's, was it? Or was it Quebec, London?
Was it?
Oh, bless you, you're trembling with fear. You absolutely should be worried. Now, what I really love about your karaoke, Trace, is that you did something, Trace, that a lot of people sometimes do. And I certainly do it myself. You went big on the dance, and you completely burnt yourself out, didn't you?
I lost me puff.
You lost your puff. So what we're going to do before Kylie and you duet is we're going to show a bit of your dancing, right? Then we're going to show what happened to you after you went out all guns blazing. So, here we go. So, that was that was before. You haven't been dancing already, have you, Trace? So this was before you sung "Love at First Sight."
It's my favourite.
It's your favourite
It's my
song, and
favourite,
after
Kylie.
all that dancing, you couldn't say the words "love at" or "first" or "sight." So, what? Are you? I'm so worried about Tracy. Are you all right, Tracy? You're not. You're all right. Singing "Love at First Sight," Tracy, your favourite song. Here you are, duetting that with Kylie after dancing.
Oh, Tracy, here we go. You ready this time, love? 'Cause baby, when I heard you for the first time, I knew we were meant to be as one.
When I heard you for the first time, I knew we were meant to be one. It was love, it was
Oh, that was amazing. You're amazing. We need some
Tracy's made
tips.
my face ache. That was hilarious. Okay, just so you feel better, Tracy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that at the end of a show as well. It's perfectly normal.
So, what are the tips, Kylie? How do you
Breathe.
manage? Breathe. That's a really
Yeah.
good tip. Okay, it's up to you, Trace. I mean, you noticed Darian took his moment. We do. You could have a dance for us now. No singing. It's up to you. Go on, Trace. The stage is yours, Trace. Would we have this dance? Come on.